Rose, a spirited 18-year-old camp counselor, found herself drawn to someone she never expected. Jin, the camp nurse, who was older, composed, and often kept to herself. One quiet afternoon, Rose stopped by Jin's cabin to return a borrowed book. Their conversation, light at first, drifted to literature. When Rose asked Jin about her favorite book, Jin hesitated, unwilling to share something so personal. Instead, she offered Rose another title, one she thought she might enjoy. While browsing the bookshelf, Rose came across a photo album. A picture of a coastal town in California caught her eye, and she wistfully mentioned wanting to visit it someday. Jin, reserved at first, softened. Something unspoken passed between them, and in a moment of impulse, Rose kissed her. To Rose's surprise, Jin kissed her back. But the intimacy shattered just as quickly. Jin pulled away, insisting Rose leave. The door closed behind her, and Rose walked back to camp with her heart aching from confusion and rejection. Later, as Rose was being briefed on the day's schedule, a phone rang. It was Bobby, a guy from the city she'd briefly been involved with. She ignored the first call, but answered the second. He asked about their last meeting and whether she held any resentment. She assured him she didn't. He pushed to see her again, but Rose offered a vague excuse. Undeterred, Bobby said he wouldn't give up. As the call ended, Rose stared down at a photo tucked inside the book Jin had lent her, a quiet smile forming on her lips. Something about that picture and about Jin lingered in her mind. Unable to stay away, Rose returned to Jin's cabin. Jin tried to shut the door on what had passed between them, insisting it was a mistake. But Rose, in a rare moment of vulnerability, confessed that she couldn't forget that kiss. Jin argued that it wasn't right, not just because of the age gap, but because Rose deserved something simpler, more socially acceptable, someone like Bobby. Rose, however, wouldn't back down. She told Jin that what she felt was real and unlike anything she'd ever known. Jin tried to protect both of them, brushing off the connection as fleeting and meaningless. But Rose challenged her, pointing out the emotion in Jin's eyes. Jin reminded her she was only 18, with so much of life ahead of her. Still, Rose asked for another kiss. Jin, torn but resolute, refused. She told her not to come by again, worried that others might misunderstand. Rose left, devastated. That night, alone in her cabin, Rose removed her earrings and makeup, almost as if shedding the person she thought she needed to be for Jin. She lay down, overwhelmed by heartbreak. Meanwhile, back at Jin's cabin, a young man arrived with a delivery. When he introduced himself as Bobby, Jin's reaction betrayed her surprise. She declined his handshake, reminding him it was late and the camp was for girls. He asked her to ensure Rose received the package before leaving. Jin watched him go, her mind clearly spinning. Later, Jin stood under the shower, lost in thought. As the water washed over her, she remembered the tenderness of Rose's touch. Alone with her thoughts, she felt the weight of her own loneliness. Dressed and ready, Jin stepped out into the night. A camp caretaker spotted her and invited her to sit for a while. They talked about the older girls mentoring the younger ones, about how much the girls respected Jin, especially Rose. The caretaker mentioned Bobby, calling him a good match for Rose. She asked Jin to encourage the relationship, something Jin politely agreed to, though her heart clearly wrestled with the idea. Later, Rose, unable to focus, picked up the book Jin had given her. Still confused by its message, she changed clothes and went for a run along the beach. There, she unexpectedly ran into Jin. They walked together, and Jin admitted she missed Rose's visits. Rose, more grounded now, shared her frustration that people always assumed they knew what she wanted because of her age. Jin smiled, but Rose confronted her, accusing her of acting out of fear. Jin denied it, but their emotions clashed. Rose said she wasn't just a child, nor someone to be fixed. Jin called her infatuated and reckless. Rose, hurt, stormed off, but Jin followed, apologizing and opening up about her own fears and solitude. She admitted that love terrified her because she hadn't felt it in so long. Rose, still defiant, said she couldn't just be Jin's friend. Jin begged her not to leave, asked her to come to the cabin that night. Rose agreed. That evening, Rose arrived. Jin greeted her warmly. They shared a drink, and Jin mentioned the package Bobby had left. Rose brushed it aside. "You're the only one who matters," she said. Jin kissed her cheek and asked her to dance. As they swayed, Jin reminisced about her first dance with a girl named Louise, the moment she'd realized she was different. Rose asked if she loved her. Jin nodded. "But she's not here now," she added. "You are." Their kiss was slow, full of promise. That night they made love in the quiet safety of Jin's cabin. In the afterglow, Rose asked what came next. Jin didn't hesitate. "Stay with me." And for the first time that summer, Rose smiled, really smiled, knowing she would.